I got into it because I was addicted to it for like 3 years, and I just wanted to tell the truth. I was tired of hearing, you know, these games are this or these games are that. These characters are good, and I was like, no, this is all predatory mobile game practices. This is all bad. Essentially, it's all bad. I mean, maybe there's some enjoyment to be had here or there, but the more you invest your time and like heart into it, the more it's just going to hurt you.
Damn.
Wow, I'm a little scared of this game now.
They're scary. They're really scary games. I mean, they prey upon the neurodivergent basically. Everything in these games is tailored in such a way to take advantage of those people who have like impulse control issues, varieties of issues that you would have that would lead you to spend, literally tens of thousands of dollars on this game for nothing basically.
Bandit 2 and Crocs, thanks for the follows.
That actually, I forgot the exact name of this game, but it actually got taken off like the iTunes and Google Play Store a long time ago. It was like Sailor Moon Crystal Pops or something. It was one of those puzzle games where you're supposed to match all the colored orbs. And it was the same deal where it was like, it's just aimed to take your money because you get addicted and you want to keep playing and you have to pay to keep playing after your cap and...
Gameplay!
I'll have to research that one. I'm surprised one actually went far enough to get like officially removed. Because
Yeah.
there's like tons of these and they're all still there. So like, what was Sailor Moon doing? That was so much worse.
I know, and it's so bad because I was addicted to that game. I played it pretty feverishly for like a year and a half.
Yeah, it happens. It happens pretty fast. And it happens before you know it too. Like you're just enjoying it and then you're telling yourself, hey, I'm just enjoying it. And then all of a sudden it's like, I feel like an urge to play it every day and I need to do other things. Yet I'm sitting here messing around with this mobile game.
And you look at your bank statement and see how much you've spent on this game.
No good. No good.
I'm progressively heightening.
Heartbreak more louder.
I'm making you louder.
More loud.
More loud,
More
Hardgrave.
Louder.
Nothing wrong with making money as the company.
This is something my family has never said. My
What,
family
more
has
loud?
never wanted a louder Hardgrave.
Oh, that's so funny. I get told to speak up all the time.
Yeah.
They're
Also,
like, please less loud. Less loud.
No. You're encouraged to be loud.
We're like,
Here, at
we're
least
out
here.
at a store, and they're like, everyone in the store, literally everyone in the store, Father can hear you. And we're at a Walmart. Could you please be less loud?
Absolutely
I have
not.
to tell you about these mobile games, child.
must scream from the top of my lungs. Pickle Enter said, I have dyslexia, anxiety, and depression, and this is meant to be my escape. So thankfully, you kept me on the straight and narrow.
Aw,
Hardgrave.
that's really sweet.
Oh, and of course, I look away. I lost
you
again,
lost, yeah.
and the game is not capturing. And by the time I get back to the game, it will have crashed probably.
Yeah,
I hope-
it's really messages like that, and thank you, Pickle, that keep me going. Like I would quit at this point. I think like at this point, I mean, and the game gets worse like every month, and this month was really harsh. They had a Thanksgiving event that was basically like highway robbery. They said if you want to complete the event, and they didn't say this out front, but what it was if you wanted to complete the event, you had to give them over $2,000 straight up.
Oh my
So they
god.
just, like made this Thanksgiving event, said here's your fun Thanksgiving event. If you want the fun, it came out to we had to add it up as a community and figure it out. They didn't tell us $2,000. And the community's really upset about that.
That's
and
so
I think
much
at that
money.
moment, that's probably the worst thing they've really ever done. I would have been like, all right, that's it. This is it. This is just too sick. I'm out of this. But comments like this keep me around because I want to be here to help. And
Yeah.
if I just stop the game, I won't be able to keep making the kind of content that I've been making. I'll lose touch with it, and I won't be around anymore. So I hang out.
I think that's really good of you that you stick around for your community. It's funny, $2,000. I thought you were gonna say, and in my mind, this was a lot. I thought you were gonna say $100. Like,
That would be reasonable. I wouldn't even be mad at that. Like if the event was like, I mean, 100's a lot. I think a reasonable amount would be like $20. Like if you play Pokemon Go
yeah.
and you want to go to Go Fest, which is like their thing, and this kind of annoyed me. because I was playing that game, and they were like, "All right, it's GoFest time, $20 to have fun." I'm like, "Okay, at least I know the price and I can make a decision." I was like, "I'm not really free that weekend. I don't want to pay $20." But if that was the case with this, and it was like, "All right, we want $20, you can have more fun," I could make that decision. But the way they hide it, and then the price itself being so outrageous, it's like, who would do this other than like the neurodivergent?
Yeah, that makes it a lot more sinister when you put it that way.
It's all hidden behind like currencies and microtransactions, macro transactions. There are $100 offers in the game. And in this case, they were actually breaking the laws of the storefronts that they use. The storefronts they use tell them that they have to publish their drop rates. Whenever they sell a loot box, they have to tell you what the odds are of the things that are inside it. For the Thanksgiving event, they decided not to do that. They sold you the loot box before the odds were published. And that is actually breaking the terms of at least the Google Play Store and probably a few others. So I encouraged everybody to go report them. And I think we did a lot. I think they might have gotten in a little bit of trouble.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that you called them on their bullshit.
It's absolutely horrible.
My gosh. Yeah, Rayburn actually says that the Thanksgiving Orbs was straight up fraud.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah, that's... Oh my god, that's crazy.
Scopely's a disgusting company. Absolutely disgusting.
You said they do a lot of mobile games?
Yeah, they make a lot of mobile. There's a Star Trek one. There's like a WWE one.
I'm
It just
assuming
goes
they're
on.
all kind of like this, but different
yeah.
flavors.
Some of them are worse. The Star Trek one
my
is kind of where this one's headed, where every offer in the game costs $100, and they just prey upon like a couple of big spenders. They actually have someone who spent $1.5 million on that game.
How?
One person.
How you got that much money?
Buying everything.
Oh
And
my
you know,
gosh.
I hope they can afford it and that isn't, financially ruining them. But there's
Yeah.
definitely people that play these games who do put themselves into financial ruin with this stuff. So that's another reason why I kind of like keep on is like not a lot of people talk about this. If they are talking about these games, they're like, these are top 5 characters and all that kind of stuff. And I think it's really important that there be people to let people know these games are actually pretty scummy and really need to be regulated.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. After after hearing all these pieces of the puzzle, it really comes together that it is inciting like gambling addictions and anyone, even little
And
kids.
it's the guise of fun stuff for kids.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
photo
I was
on
gonna
here
say
is
this looks
kids.
like it's aimed at children. Like,
Yeah, this is all aimed at kids.
oh god,
I mean, no children play this game, thankfully.
probably
Like,
not. But
literally
it
no
looks
children are
like
playing this.
Yeah.
bright shiny colors meant to attract kids.
Here,
Like-
we're playing this because it was his idea, honestly. It's interesting to see it. Yeah, it's true. He hit me up, like, earlier this month, and he's like, hey, man, you want to collab? And I was just like, yeah, man, I like
We're the
collab.
science experiment.
He was like, I want to show you this thing I hate, sort of. And I was like, I'm into it. Here we are.
I have to show you, man.
I have something I really don't like. I want to show you. Remember to add new character team you have
Just
there.
digging the grave deeper.
Well, here's the character on the loading screen there. That's Dormammu, right? You want to know how much Dormammu costs?
Oh god. Oh god. Don't laugh like that.
$2.
So good, though. You have no idea how much. Just give me a guess on how much you think Dormammu costs right now.
500.
$10. Oh no, how much?
10,000.
Oh, so much more. You're not even warm.
100 million.
You're just being ridiculous.
200,000?
That's pretty
Get me.
close. I would
What?
say- yeah.
No.
I think at least 50 grand. It's probably close to 200 grand.
Oh my god.
How? What? But why do you? How do you even find value? So
I don't
much.
know. I don't know. Very few people are actually doing it. Only 25 people, last time I checked, were actually trying to get Dormammu. Out of the, hundreds of thousands of people that play this game, only 25 have decided that they want to get Dormammu right now for literally hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a hefty price tag.
And I don't even, you see, the game is so far into its lifespan that I don't even know why you would, like back in the day, they would have characters like this. And number one, they wouldn't cost that much because as the player base dies, they have to charge more because Scopely is the company that runs it, and Boundless is the company that makes it. And Scopely tells Boundless, you need to pay us so much every month, so they have quotas to meet. So as the game dies, they have to charge more for the crap they've been doing. So it used to cost like maybe $10,000 to get the new character, which in retrospect is reasonable. I don't know. But at least like 1,000 people would then decide to go do that. So you would be in a group of 1,000 people all doing the same ill-advised thing. Now it's just 25 people. And you begin to wonder, like, who cares who gets Dormammu at this point? Because only 25 people are getting it, and what does it even matter? There's nothing to win here. There's no winning. It's just, I'll get Dormammu in like 6 months to 8 months from now. Whatever.
What's going on, Rude Awakening? Thank you for the sub.
Thank you for subbing. It's funny. It's not the same, but it reminds me of being like a little kid and collecting trading cards and just throwing money at different retailers trying to get like a rare card out of booster packs.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of loot boxes in the game where you literally do that. But the weird thing is with this, and this is what I kind of don't get about the people that are still kind of going nuts on it, is that everything in the game will come to you over time. Nothing is gated off permanently. Like it might, like I'm at the point now where I don't spend a dime on this and I never really spend heavily, but it's like a matter of months. Like if there's a new character that comes out tomorrow, I'll get it like maxed out like 6 to 8 months from now.
Okay.
I just wait. Just don't care.
Okay. So it also kind of like, it uses that sense of instant gratification that a lot of people are after too.
Yeah, because the game's super boring. Like the game's super boring, so there's nothing to do. So if you don't spend money, you're not enjoying it. Like at this point, I call this game, it's not free to play. Well, it's free to play, it's not free to enjoy. If you want to enjoy it, you have to spend money. And that amount of money used to be reasonable. To enjoy the game, it used to cost between $20 and $40 a month, which I used to spend. But now that amount is like $100 to $400 a month.
Oh my gosh.
And that's insane.
Yeah, that's wildly high.
I think there's a couple of things to
just
catch
too
up in chat.
Oh,
Yeah, we got our chats popping off.
yeah, sorry guys, we got into that. It's kind of like collecting OG Pokemon cards now. Oh yeah, like how Charizard or I think goes for like over 1,000 right now, right?
Bundarius. I think
It's
that's
different in the fact that like if you just sit around and wait, you'll get that Charizard. Like I'm gonna get that Dormammu. Like,
Right.
which is ridiculous. Like they're spending all this money to get it, and I will literally sit there and laugh and be like, "I'm just gonna get that in 8 months." Like the same thing they have.
Right. Like you'll
Like,
just
just
be
go
patient
out.
and wait. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pickle Entry, thanks for coming on by and have a great night. And also, welcome, we'll share art. Hope you're having a good night as well. We're with, guess we could do a soft re-intro. We're with Mr. Hartgrave, to anyone who's just joining us, playing Marvel Strike Force. And it's been a topic of conversation.
Marvel Strike Force, or is it playing you?
That's the real question,
Yeah,
isn't
I mean,
it?
I feel like it's kind of playing itself, and we're
does, yeah.
the most time we're investing is when it crashes.
Hargrave just got his Charmander, and he's going to get his Charizard in 8 months.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty correct.
I don't know if we
I'm so
read
happy
this
you
one
said
up
it's
here,
Charmander.
Ellie.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. Peritas? Is that the name? Peritas? They're casual, free-to-play alliances where you need to spend 20 to 60 minutes per day. Also alliances that follow Hartgrave's advice and don't care about wars, pull out defenses to gain resources from war, not lose them, and just avoid those alliances that push hard in wars. So that's kind of the way to enjoy the game, it seems like.
Yeah. If not, I don't know if anyone's enjoying this game.
Or at least play responsibly.
Yeah, make
Yeah.
it not matter. That's the best advice I can give. Like, hey, you can make videos on this. You can stream this game. People like to watch this game. There's an audience for it. But just, I wouldn't care about it. Like, I wouldn't give it $1. Just whatever. Click the buttons. As soon as it's not fun, turn it off.
Makes sense. I'm seeing some Hail Heartgraves in the chat.
Yes, Sizzle? Is that Sizzle?
The Gravediggers are showing up in droves now. It's good to see.
Yeah.
I just love that they chose that name for themselves. Like, I don't know. It's really good, yeah.
Yeah, we don't have a thing, but we do have the honks, which We haven't really done a whole lot with it in the past year, really.
That's like not even our brand anymore.
It's not even a thing anymore.
Outdated.
We don't even know what our
Don't
thing
pay
is at the
attention to
moment. Imagine if Pokemon was free to play like that.
Yeah, right.
So your mama's credit card.
Market yourself as free to play.
We're just playing here. We're free. We're free. We're playing.
I don't know how much you should say that.
What are we talking about? This is that. I already told you that. But reminder of what's good in the world.
Okay, go.
Oh, that's not true, Silky. That's not true. There's
Johnson.
only one that's like that. Maybe two.
Oh my gosh. Have the CC's commentators or what?
No. Only one or two of them is like that.
Fair enough.
So
Not half of them. That's an exaggeration.
It's probably the people who are the loudest, which makes it sad.
We just shouted one down. We actually had a rather prominent bigot, and I went to war with him.
oh,
I'm proud
yes.
of you. I'm glad that you stepped up
So-
to do
We
that.
don't tolerate it, and I
Yeah.
didn't name him by name. I didn't harass this individual, but we called it out, and the community knows who we're talking about, and they made their decision.
No, that's really good of you. I'm glad that you decided to, not stand for it, because too many people lay down and ignore it.
I guess that
Honestly,
kind of
just too much of an asshole to leave it alone. I don't even want to take credit for it like that. I just I'm like, yo, that's totally my content. I'm not
that kind of answers the question for a good reminder of good in the world.
Yeah,
People-
Heartgrave is good.
Heartgrave calling out bad people. It was funny because literally it was yesterday or the day before you told me that someone that you were like making some content surrounding was saying some homophobic and transphobic related things, and then coincidentally the next day you're with two people that are in the trans community, so to speak.
We set this up like a while ago. I mean, this individual had some really great timing with their crap they called, and working out good for me.
I really chose to shit the bed at the right time.
Yeah.
They just really went off.
Terrible.
Yeah, so they said some initial things, and then they went and did a 6-hour live stream where they said all the things. It was
For
it
6
was magnificent,
hours?
actually. 6 hours.
Yeah, we're level
Oh my
5.
We removed it, so sadly I can't link to it. But boy,
Damn.
that was something else.
Oh, I can't even
I think I
imagine.
broke their mind.
Good job.
Long rant.
That's a long run. Yeah, I mean,
Is Drax favored yet? What did we?
I don't even know
they're
what that
making
means.
fun of other people who cover the game.
Oh.
I always cover whenever the game company itself comes out and talks about the game. I love to react to those. They say the most outlandish things, like basically the
Beautiful.
opposite of everything I'm saying. They'll come out and they'll be like, "This game only takes 20 minutes a day, and you can play it on your coffee break, and it's not addictive at all, and there's no loot boxes."
Of course not. They're just sweeping it all under the rug.
We didn't put it in a box.
You see, orbs are round and loot boxes are square, so they're not loot boxes.
So we don't really have to tell you what the RNG is on them.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Awful people. Very awful people. And yeah, they'll tell you that, Drax is a good character, which he's not. All the characters you love in the Marvel Universe are not any good. Iron Man is probably the worst character in the game.
Oh no.
Really?
I do love a lot of the popular characters.
The surprise
Everybody does.
mechanics.
That's why they're popular.
Yeah.
They're not good in this game. The
such a
best
shame.
character in the game right now is Icarus.
Who?
Right? Like crickets, tumbleweeds. Yeah.
I know. I was like, oh god, I really have to think back in the recesses of my mind.
Totally.
I mean, he's in the new movie, Eternals, but
Oh, okay. Yeah, haven't seen it. Haven't heard good things about it, unfortunately.
Totally burnt. Welcome on into the stream. And yes, Heartgrave on probably a couple of different occasions told us to install the game because the game was basically trying to uninstall itself. It
Yeah.
crashed a lot, but I think I actually found the reason why it kept crashing. I was trying to put it up through a game input, but when I started using it as a window input, I don't know if you noticed, it's been like 10 minutes or more of it just being
Don't alert it.
not a problem.
yeah, I never put it in as a game because it's not a game. So OBS won't recognize it as a game.
Right,
It'll-
right,
it'll-
'cause
it'll
you
recognize
even,
it as poison and try to kill it.
You even told us before it's not a game, it's a game.
Who's Kestrel?
Yeah, that's our bad.
Who did this? It ain't a
Oh
game.
no.
Yeah, Kestrel is another one of the best characters in the game that doesn't actually exist in the comics. So that's cool.
Wait, doesn't even exist in comics?
Anything? Just
not?
this?
They just made him up.
And
But
making up.
But there's so many characters in the Marvel universe. Why would you need to make
That reminds me so much of the Mortal Kombat movie.
like?
Remember the Mortal Kombat movie that was just like, we have all this stuff that everyone wants to see, but we're not going to give you it. We're just going to give you this random character we made up that is not interesting at all.
So bananas. Like
Waste too much time on it.
I used to read X-Men comics, and if you just crack one of those open, there's like hundreds of characters.
They're all more cool. They're all more cool than Kestrel.
Oh, Kestrel sounds terrible.
He's awful.
Oh, such a shame.
Just awful.
Deathpool?
Deathpool.
Deadpool's cool.
Okay.
Deadpool they made up as well, but they had more help from Marvel on that one. And
Okay, so it's not as bad then.
No, it's a cool. You should actually check that design out. I think you'll agree with the aesthetic as well.
Oh,
We
okay.
seem to share a certain sense of style.
Europe, I don't know what games are. This is definitely not one of them. Sounds like a Christmas-themed hero, Deathpool.
Deathpool. How's that sound Christmassy to
Where-
you?
where are you getting
have
that?
a very strange sense of the holidays.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention to the loading screen.
Jack Skellington. And,
Hurrah.
I love Jack Skellington.
I agree, though. Sub-Zero and Scorpion, they were really probably the highlights of that movie. Should have been more of it.
Oh, I do like her design.
Oh, I thought
just
that. Okay,
Googled it.
yeah. I thought that's who it was.
I honestly thought it was just going to be Deadpool with breasts.
Lady
that's-
Deadpool. That actually, or Lady Deadpool does exist. But
Yes.
chose to make Deadpool instead.
I've
I
seen
like
you,
her a lot, actually.
I've seen you dress up on your stream. Is that who is that? Is that her own character? Or is that someone in the game? He kind of like a red mask character.
I do Loki from time to time. I don't think I can.
I saw
Oh
that.
my god, you cosplay as Loki?
I
Yeah.
do Loki. Yeah, the chat makes me. I mean, they kept
Oh, they make you.
harassing me about it until I gave in.
No nipples.
I mean, I have to say, just looking at you, you'd make a perfect Loki, so I can see it.
I've seen the
Worked out pretty
picture.
well. I did it for a Halloween festival we went to,
Oh,
and I kept
fun.
freaking people out because they thought like legit it was Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, you look like you could be related to Tom Hiddleston.
I've got some pretty legit. I went out and got legit Loki horns. They weigh
Oh my
like 10
gosh.
pounds, and they put bruises on my head when I wear them. But
Oh
they're pretty
no!
Beautiful.
They must give you like a good neck workout.
good. It's pretty intense, but it's worth it.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
I know-
Don't let him lie, he loves it.
So I know I've already asked this question, but who is Baron Zemo? People keep saying
that's
Zemo all
another
night.
individual that sometimes appears in my content or takes over my Twitch stream.
Oh.
Who's also in the game. So there's a Baron Zemo character in the game.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
They sometimes invade my stream.
They've come to life.
Okay. Oh.
That's the story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right. Let's see how it is.
It's fine, I'll follow your story.
I just realized it's only been an hour. I thought it was
Episodes of
all
Community
right.
Manager Zemo on my YouTube channel. I highly suggest everybody watch all 13 of those episodes.
What?
I have some homework to do, it seems. Evil alter ego.
Evil ego.
I don't know.
Yes, watch it thrice.
Buy it.
Buy it thrice.
I love how I have to scroll to the right, or
I have
technically
to
the
buy
left.
your YouTube videos now.
You're doing great at this game.
Yeah, thanks,
I feel
man.
like you're not caring at all about any of this, and that is so great.
You're a natural.
Have you ever introduced this to someone that cared?
Oh God, no, I would never tell anyone.
I feel like you.
I think people have been like, "What's that game you're playing?" I've been like, "No, don't."
Yeah. I was gonna say
La.
from your introduction, I feel like if someone started getting interested, you just slap it out of their hands.
You don't recommend this game to people, they say. For the holiday, buy it 999 times.
Not a game you recommend to friends. This is a game you tell your friends to avoid. And,
Yeah,
and
you-
I'm gonna urge you,
Oh.
please, if you get addicted to this game, I'm gonna feel so horrible. Just,
Now, then we have to start tuning into streams.
First it was Final Fantasy, then it was Halo, then
To
it's
show up
this.
to meetings. Oh gosh,
so
I'm getting the vibe that you don't recommend this game to friends, but you recommend it to enemies.
That's like all your friends from this. I mean, other people in
Oh,
this.
no.
I don't know.
Harar says my friend recommended me
wouldn't
this
even wish
game
this
and
on my
no
worst
longer
enemy.
friends.
It's too bad. It's too bad.
Oh, a fate worse than death.
Do you wish this upon the people that you have problems with within the game?
No, I mean, I guess
No?
I hope the bigot keeps playing it for the rest of his life.
All right, there we are.
I hope he takes it real sick. No, that's too mean.
That must be where
just
we
saw your
find
dark
our
side.
answers.
No, that's too mean. I can't wish people financial ruin. That's what this game is. It's financial ruin.
Oh, Silky
It's
John.
financial ruin the game.
Oh, that's terrible.
Final Fantasy and Halo are actual games. That's right, and that's normally what we've been streaming most of the month. Actually, doing some music, doing some
I don't
art.
know. I'm getting a little bit obsessed with Final
Yeah.
Fantasy. I caught myself looking at the Mog Station store today, and I was like, "Oh no!"
I know we never really mentioned this, but to all the people that are here new to our stuff, if you want to check us out, I have a band, and that's Allie's links also. She does art. She's a freelance artist, making a comic and all this other stuff. And we're a team. We do stuff artistically, but yeah, we put out 4 music videos with an EP with my band, and Allie's actually working on a kind of like a 10-year anniversary art piece for a shirt.
Horror likes you.
Oh, thank you very much, Horror. Thank you for taking a listen and everything.
I want to say I like your community. Your gravediggers are really nice people.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand half the things that are being said within the context of the game or your community, but everyone seems great.
Oh, Heartgrave, have you considered a musical collab with the Muckrakers?
That could be a thing.
I would consider anything, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, we're like
Not to put you on the spot.
we're like best friends after today.
He hasn't heard my vocal stylings yet, so he doesn't know how little he wants to do that. But if he wants to check
Hey.
if they want to check that out.
I
you
feel
know.
like the only I can't. I feel like there's very little that you could do to be turned away. Are you yodeling? Like
That could be useful. We could find a place for that in a
My
song.
speaking voice, but like worse. So-
oh no.
You
No,
just
no,
were
some
refreshed.
People enjoy it. Deaf people.
When they said a thing I just did, I'm like, I did a thing? I've been doing things in this game? I didn't even know.
Yeah, you're doing great.
That's what I am doing. I am doing great. I am back. How are you guys doing this morning? Well, this is actually night time for us, but not
Doing
yet.
good though.
Yeah. It's 9:20 at night. At night. But yes,
Zemo and the Muckrakers for the win.
that's right.
That would be good. I would recommend that.
That actually sounds like I don't know. I can.
You know what's
I can
funny?
See
When
it.
the Muckrakers,
Yeah.
that's like a band.
Yeah, right. Zemo and the Muckrakers.
That's actually another band's name, almost. There's a band that's been around for a couple of years called Zeist, and Zeus and the Muckrakers, and they're not like a thing really, but like
Oh,
it's
no.
funny.
Why would you
Bad
say it's a
name.
bad name?
Bad name.
I can set it up. I'll you gotta, I work as Zemo's agent, and we can arrange that.
My people will
Yeah.
talk to your people.
Yeah, I'll have to talk to my people.
Zemo does an excellent version of My Way that was
My Way.
debuted not too long ago.
I'm talking about Limp
interesting.
Biscuit. Wait a minute. Why is it
No. the
My
country
Way?
song. In the style of the Sex Pistols, yes.
So why is it? Why am I even questioning this? But I've noticed that everything says
Don't ask
You're
questions.
saying
Yeah.
that must be where must be where we find our answers every time. I guess we're not finding our answers. Am I even playing a different level? I literally can't tell.
If you, I think I can find you. You should be able to play the. You won't get copyright slapped. At least here on Twitch if you play Zemo. But we get copyright issues on YouTube from it.
Really interesting.
I'm playing the same level. Oh, how do I get the heck out of this level?
It's a time loop. Actually, the whole game is like Groundhog's Day, and you literally just do the same thing over and over again. So it doesn't even matter you're doing the same level.
I was gonna say I couldn't tell that you were
This
doing
time,
the same
this,
level.
this time, nothing. I was gonna say I was doing something different, but I'm not. It's 3:19 in the morning. It's 3:20 now. Oh,
That must be where we'll
even-
find our answers in your wallet.
how many times do I have to play the level before I realize I'm playing the same level? We'll find out eventually. Excellent writers on
I
this
can't even
game.
believe you're still playing the game.
I mean, we have to do something.
You
It's
gotta
only
watch
been
yourself.
an hour. I totally
There's
thought.
like fun games to play in the world. Like, why are you doing this?
I thought you
To hang
enjoyed
out.
this.
Where this is-
Yeah, no, it's great.
Oh,
Very
I could
convincing.
train? I don't
Oh,
wanna do
Punisher. He's not good.
What else is new?
that. Daily objectives.
Oh, yeah, you can look at all the characters that you could unlock. You want me to tell you how much they cost?
Yeah, that would
Wait,
be fun.
wait,
okay, you pick one,
wait.
and we'll ask
Yes,
how
let's
much
catch
it
how
costs.
much it
Yeah,
costs
Let's
you
catch
to
up
get
on-
If you wanted to get it.
yeah.
Let's catch up on chat for a second,
Oh,
and then we'll do that. All right, I'm sorry.
I got very excited.
I don't want to ignore. I notice we're having some new people dropping in, and also Joe Nova. Everyone who is a fan of a band says it wrong. So, if you're saying it wrong, then you're probably right. Yes, I'm playing the same game. My favorite was Cerebri. Tried to highlight the story and read narratives in the character of Icarus. Cerebri.
Yeah, I think Cerebro is the.
Oh.
There's a community manager, Nick Cerebro, that I like to make fun of, and, or hate on various days.
So
It
you
depends on
do have a lot of enemies.
I think I only have one enemy. I probably made a few more. Yeah, I probably.
You know what I mean.
just a small army.
So,
can-
I don't think Cerebro and me are enemies. We're like frenemies.
Frenemies.
Aw, okay. I like that.
Feels so good.
We don't
to be
talk at all,
right.
and he probably hates me, and I don't like him. But is that friends? It might be friends.
I mean, in this day and age, it could be friends.
Friends are.
Yeah.
He has the entire company of Scope.
You know what? I'll tell you one thing that has increased my, I guess, like of Cerebro, the community manager, and maybe that portion of the company. They seem to like me more than they like the bigoted guy.
Huh.
I'll give them that.
That's progress.
You're definitely a better representative.
I think they think so too, which is something else because half of my videos say that Scopely is a scumbag company right in the title.
And they're like, yes, we love this
Yeah,
guy.
that guy's probably better than the bigot. Which I gotta give them credit for. They've never tried to like shut me down or put a copyright flag on me or anything like that. So
That's good.
something. At least they don't attack YouTubers.
I mean, if they did, it might look even worse for them.
Damn,
My God, the stink I would raise, it would be national news. Other companies have tried to do that. They've tried to shut down. I mean, I'm like basically begging them to, because like
You're
it'd
like,
be
do
so
it,
great
do
for me
it.
personally. I'm like, oh yes, I'm just baiting them. I'm like, yeah, just shut me down. Just do it. I will be on James Stephanie Sterling like the next day, and I'll have like 1 million subs. It'll be great.
So they would just rocket launch your career.
I like a
That'd be
couple
like
of
the biggest thing then. It'd be fantastic.
like a couple of things they said about Cerebro here. They don't have a soul. They push
Yikes.
children down at playgrounds.
Oh no.
Allegedly started the coronavirus.
Sell cigarettes to kids. Wow, I guess you guys really
Oh,
don't like
people
Cerebro.
do not like him. I can't
Okay.
stand Fun either. It's probably all true.
And that publicity is still publicity. I've told this to Heartgrave, and obviously Ali lived it. But one morning, story time-ish, basically I woke up and I was told, yeah, you can play with all that remains. I was like, yeah! And then I ran to the kitchen and I jumped around. I was like, yeah! And then I got tagged in a thing and I looked at it.
Immediate
and
come down.
immediately I realized that a meme page of 30,000 followers found my Facebook page posts, which I actually kind of noticed because people were getting tagged to them, and they were like taking all these compliments I got from being on tour where I was compared to these bands. One thing I forgot to tell you is that when I played New Jersey, it was a kind of dead show. Everyone played, they came from different states. When I was done with my set, someone was like, "You're a riff master." And I was like, "Yeah." And then when I went to my van, I typed it out, and I was just
Yeah.
like, just got off the stage in New Jersey, got called riff master, no emojis, nothing, just periods. And that was like the spawn of this entire thing. And I had hundreds of people just ripping into me and like pulling out my music video, shitting on everything. So I just take screenshots
It
and I
became
put
a
it.
phenomenon.
Yeah, I put it on my page, and now my people are like, "What? What is this? That's not cool." Blah blah blah. And then all of a sudden, they find out they're on my status, and now they take my status and they screenshot that, they put it back on their page, and now it's all out war. I might be at work or something. I don't know what's going on. I haven't said anything, and I have people being like, "If you don't want to be criticized, don't put yourself out in the world like that." And like so many different versions of saying this, and I never said anything the entire day. I was literally
Chaos
just
in the streets.
I was literally just disappointed that I had to say no to All That Remains. But there's a tentative show that we might be getting on there. because manager's friends with the singer.
I like that tune. I want to see that happen.
Yeah,
That would be very nice.
it would be a good time.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Isn't the best way to play
I
this
feel
game
like
is
every
grind?
time after I release a video and anything happens, I just kind of drop it in the morning and then walk away, and then I walk back like, oh God,
Yeah, friggin'
Oh, something
what the
happened.
hell is this?
yeah, you
People
posted
watch this? No, don't.
that video
I
earlier.
was being stupid last night.
It's just so funny because it's like you're talented. You should want people to see your videos.
Road
Don't be
Zero.
embarrassed.
It depends on the video.
Road Zero's got it right though. We're always gonna have haters. We're always gonna have trolls. So
Yep.
long we're doing something that we're proud of. Someone will find
You
something
can't
to be
please
upset
everybody.
about. Okay, I have a work-related version.
You just short-circuited.
So friggin', I was putting things on. I was pricing up things today at the meat department, and this one guy that I
Like,
work
you're a
with,
pricing master.
this guy, he was talking to this one lady, and it was like a family of 3, and they were like talking about how they want more fat on their meat, and then he was like, "You will be in the hospital if you get as much as you're asking for," and it just keeps going on for a while, and eventually, I just stop paying attention. I pay attention. And then he says what I just said, and then she walks away. But doesn't say anything. He doesn't know the conversation ended. I notice her walking away. And then he just does one of these kind of things. And I'm just like, yeah, you're a hater. You know? You're just kind of hating on us in the meat department for just looking out for your not being dead. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of those stories, actually. Friggin' one lady. So, actually, one...
That just to interject because
Yeah.
it reminds me when I used to be a barista, and we had a cap on how many shots of espresso you could ask for. Because after a certain point it becomes dangerous, like illegal. We can't give you that much caffeine in one cup. And people would try to find ways to order around it and be like, well, give me 10 shots in one cup and then give me 10 shots in another cup. I'm like, I really have to urge you to not drink both cups. But that's life. People are going to do what they want to do.
Yeah. What's the max amount of shots they ask?
It's like 8.
No, yeah, you can't have 21. One of the reasons this is the internet presence I put
Just
out.
all
in the
that
world.
caffeine.
This is how I react to Marvel Strike Force all the time. They're like, what character's good? I'm like, none of them. Don't.
Just don't do it.
If you do it, you're wrong. Give them decaf and just tell them to have a nice day.
Luckily,
Roger
I'm not
Roller.
in that position anymore, but true. Very true.
Oh, yeah. Friggin', what was I going to say? This one lady, she wanted to check something. So I heard about this after someone, like, okay, I'm going to tell you one part and I'll tell you the other part. This is another work story. Not having nothing to do with haters, but it's a classic. But anyway, so basically this lady, she wanted 4 pounds of filet mignon, and I didn't have enough for 4 pounds, so when got back and showed her it, she was like, I need to take a closer look at it. And then she just starts slapping the meat raw with her hand, which is not good. And then she started massaging it. And then, and then while this happens, I'm just getting goosebumps staring at her, staring at my hand, staring at the meat, looking at my manager, staring at me,
no.
staring back at me. And then I was just lucky that they bought it because that was $140 worth of meat. And then I posted about this on Facebook, and then someone told me,
You massage it, you buy it.
yeah, no. So yeah.
That's exactly what I said.
So someone on Facebook saw a post that I talked about this, and then they told me that this one lady would go around their butcher shop and start poking holes in the packaging to smell it to see if it's good. So what happens the next day is
People
in the
are
morning.
wild.
In the morning, I come around the corner and someone comes and takes one of the freaking full birds in the wrapping, whatever, rips open the packaging, sniffs it like it was a fresh bag of popcorn, like, nah, and then drops it, and the juices go everywhere. And that was their alternative to checking the expiration date.
That's
So, yeah.
That's a lack of trust of your butcher.
my gosh.
I mean, it was in a bag that came to the store like that, you know?
I just can't imagine getting that strong whiff.
I don't trust the government or this chicken.
Time.
Anything I can't smell.
So wait a
Sounds
minute.
about right.
Croc said, it reminds me of a time I had to try to cook a steak for a customer who wanted a rare steak that was cooked fully, though.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, that's kind of like
The customer who wants two completely different things.
Roger Roller. That reminds me entirely of the time where someone was like, can I get 100% grass-fed veal bones? But the thing is that
No.
veal is raised specifically off of milk or something, not grass. So that doesn't exist because it wouldn't be veal. So it doesn't make any sense.
We have a lot of sympathy and camaraderie in the chat. People
Wow.
understand.
And that's a nice flank of
Yeah.
steak right there. Slap that meat. I don't miss working a grocery store. No,
No.
this is my 4th grocery store, and
Oh,
I'm sick of
gosh.
it. And I'm actually trying to get a job right now as a automotive ADAS operator or technician or something, and I might make a lot more money than I am right now. But I don't know yet. Are you working at Apple Music?
No,
I
are
don't
you
know.
on Apple Music?
I am on Apple Music.
Yeah, do you work for Apple?
No,
I work for Twitch and
I-
YouTube.
I work for.
You're a very good employee.
I work for Amazon, unfortunately. People are insane. They are. It's got that smelly smell that doesn't smell like it's entirely not expired.
That steak sous vide to a cool 80 degrees, please.
Yeah, I can't. I don't believe in common steaks. I will not share work stories here, as I am an ammo counter.
You work the ammo counter.
Someone brought that up to me on Facebook today. I asked them, "What is your day job, and do you like it?" And I got a surprising amount of people that love their jobs, and I was like, "Wow."
That's wholesome. I want to hear that more often.
Yeah, I was like,
honest.
man, normally I love my job, but now I don't. So that's why I got to get a new one.
My job was great today because I took the day off.
Oh, yay! Very
That
happy
was
for
good.
you.
I'm taking tomorrow off as well because I have no idea how long I'll be here tonight.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you got to look out for yourself.
Sometimes working construction has its benefits. I just hate. I say this every stream, but if I could work for you, I don't even know if I could handle it, honestly. But I would like you to be my boss. So
It's Cyber Monday, so don't forget to buy a bunch of stuff online. So that brings me back to this game.
yeah.
Are they preying on people for like Black Friday and Cyber Monday and things like that?
they making more expensive.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, they love that stuff. Yeah. They'll call it a Black Friday deal. It'll be like $100. It's not a deal.
That's not a deal.
Would you like to
deals
buy
here.
this?
It's all bad. I really haven't spent money on it for like, I spent like $5 like a month ago because they actually had a deal. Mm-hmm. That was the last time they had like a bona fide deal. But a lot of this stuff is just scams and lies. So I don't buy it.
Very, very sad. Very.
Why buy a scam? The scam buys you.
Yeah. Better not to
jeez.
care about it. Like I look at it sometimes and I'll be like, this is deep. Like I think I almost spent $5 today. I almost spent $5 today. I was looking at the deal and I was doing the math in my head. And then I was like, this would just feel so bad to do this. I'm not going to do it.
I'm glad you didn't relapse.
Yeah, we're proud of
There's
you.
no point to it.
You're just like, that's
Like,
not
maybe
that
if all the
much.
stuff in this deal was like 10 times what it was, it would be worth $5. Maybe to me because I'm like an addict who's been playing for 4 years. But to anyone normal, not even that would be worth any money.
Oof.
I mean, this is free, and I don't even know why I would spend money on it. I mean, I wouldn't even spend
Isn't
money.
even worth the time.
I wouldn't spend the time
In the
on it.
last like 15 minutes.
We haven't played because
Oh, no.
we've had a good time just talking, but we're gonna get back to that in a moment.
Maybe.
Yeah, Silky John says I have a dry vodka martini. So you want an experimental, expensive, chilled shot of vodka? I mean, sure. I mean,
Okay, this is actually a
I'm
fun
always-
story down here. Rayvarn is saying that you shouldn't give subs to Hardgrave for him to spend it on Marvel Strike Force. Yeah, it actually goes really poorly. One other content creator jumped into my stream sometime. He was like giving out $100 to Twitch streamers to buy offers in the game with. He
Oh,
came into my
no.
Twitch stream. Yeah, I knew it was coming.
No.
I already knew it was happening. Came into my Twitch stream. He's like, "Hey, Hardgrave, what's up?" I'm like, "Get out."
Don't do it. Yeah.
I'm like, "You've come to the wrong place. I don't want your money. I don't want you here at all."
Get your money out of my face.
Like, get your dirty money out of here.
I'm like, we're not interested in that, okay?
Would you like to buy a vowel?
That sounds like the speech you would give, like, a shady villain trying to sell you something.
We
don't want your kind here. Oh, God. That's so funny. Heartgrave talked me out of spending any more money with his videos, taking money out of Scopely's pockets one video at a time.
You're doing a service for the world.
I'm doing a disservice to Scopely.
That's hey, they're not the world.
I don't know. I feel like that makes you like some kind of superhero.
Yeah.
You feel like a bit of a Robin Hood. I think I mentioned I did the sponsored stream for Raid Shadow Legends. They gave me $600. I'm going to match that $600 on buying a computer for my editor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's so nice.
Yeah, we got to
That's
get
how
a
we do it.
Computer for your editor. Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting you a computer one day. So, I mean, we have a computer, but we need a better one. It literally crashes with
Shadow
Halo.
Legends deal. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
You
call
can do this for an
Raid.
hour while you say things like, "This game is great. They have an event coming up in September, and it's fun."
Yeah, you click
happens.
buttons and things totally happen.
Fine. Yeah, I mean, I wish I would have saved the stream because it must have been something else to watch me that way. But yeah, it was totally like, this isn't the worst thing. I thought this would be worse. Hey, this is kind of okay as long as I'm just doing this.
Yeah, it's
Still
all right.
true
when,
to yourself, but a different flavor.
when you're upside down, you feel the blood a lot less in your legs,
Oh,
so
God.
it doesn't hurt as much. Get hit.
Bondreas does not recommend working for Apple. Says they will take your soul.
Yeah, I mean, most
I feel like
companies do.
the bigger corporations will definitely steal your soul.
Definitely. Totally Burn said, just got out of attending bar during a pandemic.
Grade 3 water treatment plant operator now. So much better. Had
Yeah.
enough of the public. I
I'm
agree.
glad. Hopefully.
As someone who worked customer service, food, and retail roles for a very long time, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like the general customer post-pandemic is a lot ruder.
Worse. Yeah. Dude, friggin', I'll be standing there. Yeah.
I find myself being so friendly, like, because I really still don't go out, and especially when I first started, like, the interaction between me and the cashier has become, like, magical to me. And I'm like, I'm here to buy things.
And they're like, I
Give me
can
my
sell you
money,
those
and then you'll give
things.
me things?
You would think that would be like the general consensus, but
Giddy. It's like, oh, we're
Yeah.
having an interaction.
A face
and
to
I'm gonna
face,
exchange money
like-
for goods and services. How fun.
Yeah.
not the
know.
case.
What are people grumpy about? They've
Oh.
been going out too much. That's the problem. They're
Yeah,
too
it's so bad. People have reverted to like toddlers throwing temper tantrums.
Yeah, they're are they mad about the masks?
It's like, I don't know. It's just a culmination of things. I
Yeah.
can't tell you how many times I had to step in to stop a full-grown woman from like screaming at a teenager.
Oh my
Like,
god. You see,
yeah,
I like the
like-
mask because it makes me feel friendlier because I feel like safer or something, and that makes me friendlier.
I get that.
I mean, I see that. Yeah.
I like safety.
Kleenex says, I feel like starting the game now, it's going to be so hard to catch up.
They're giving you some advice there.
Oh.
You can't play this if you wanted to get to where I'm at.
Okay.
Like that's like the real question, right? Like if you want to be in my alliance,
Can't
it
do
would
it.
easily cost you $500,000.
Oh my god.
Easily cost you $500,000 to catch up to where I'm at, so you could be in my alliance, like I don't know, within the month or whatever.
Oh my god.
That's one of the reasons why you don't stop playing once you've been playing for 4 years. Like
Because you'll fall
the
behind.
weight of that. Like I know that a new player playing, and that's one of the reasons why I can make videos and they get views and I have an audience, because like my account is, you know, literally worth like $500,000. I didn't spend that. I'd spent the time to build it to that point.
That's
And you, as a new player, can't obtain what I have. You can't. It's unobtainium.
that's it's not the same, but that just jarred like a core memory in me. Way back when my friend played Final Fantasy XI very attentively, let's say, and when she finally decided to quit, she actually sold her account on eBay for close to $5,000. It was like, and that to me at the time was insane to think that like a digital account was worth money, but
That's what you would do.
Yeah.
If you wanted to be in my alliance, you would literally have to find someone selling their account and
Right.
buy it. And it would I don't know if at a high level account right now, because this game's in the toilet, you could probably pick it up for 1,000, 2,000. Accounts used to go
Still,
for
that's insane.
This is such a weird
a lot.
subculture
Yeah,
to
if
think
you-
about.
Yeah.
I'm talking half a million if you did in-game offers.
Right.
If you wanted to catch up with what they, which is nuts.
Yeah.
Like, why are they like? There's this illusion that you could be good at this game. Like, it's so much money. Like, just there's no reason to care. If you pick this up today, you're not a competitive player. Just play for fun. Never spend $1.
Also,
Yeah, you
Bondreas, I know you were offering for $500,000 for his account, and then that's not an actual number there. Well, at least with the punctuation, 1999.
I think they're saying
comma
500. I think they're saying 500.
When I saw the punctuation, my brain broke for a second. Also, welcome back, Pickle Entry.
Welcome back.
I feel like the general skill set of the public dropped. Yeah, after the pandemic, I feel like people are just freaking reckless abandon with everything. I'm at the chicken wall at work, and literally I freaking put things together, and then I take a step back and I step forward, and all of a sudden everything is out of order, and no one even acknowledges that they've even done anything. They don't say hi, they're just like, I made a mess, deal with it, you work here, you know? That's pretty much probably how it's always been, though. I mean, I've worked enough of these shops to know that. Everyone should work at a restaurant in some form of customer. Yeah, I mean, basically, get that kind of compassion in a workplace is... that's the thing. When I worked at grocery stores, I would always end up saying thanks or have a nice day or whatever. All these phrases that people take for granted, I never said before I worked one of those jobs. Or at least not nearly as much as I do now. And I can randomly go to like a fast food restaurant and just say, have a nice day. And they'll just be like, you talking to me? You know? Because they're probably just getting shafted every day because they're just like, here's your food. And they're just like, but it wasn't like 0.2 seconds fast enough. And you're missing one fry. You know? Why can't I have my toy?
Okay, so Rayvarn says they've been playing for years and still can't be in Heartgrave's alliance.
Big sad.
That's bananas.
Well, it is actually a really sad thing, like, and that's another reason why you can't recommend it to your friends. Like, it might be crazy fun for me and you to play this game together. We could stream it together, do all sorts of fun stuff, except you can't.
Yeah, because you
So-
can't actually play together unless I dump all of my money.
You would have
But
to do
how-
like the worst things.
how
and
does-
I couldn't promote that? Like,
how
yeah,
does-
I've wanted to play with my kids from
Yeah.
time to time. Like, when I got into this, I had no idea it would be like this.
Well,
I thought
yeah,
it would be
because
a
I mean, who
casual
would have an
game. I
inkling?
played for a few minutes a day, which it was, until I hit a point of like no return, and then it was like, oh my god, this is like a secret society or a cult or something.
How does this game even work when you try to do multiplayer?
Well, you're part of an alliance, and the multiplayer function is there are raids you do together. So you have like a big map, and you're each responsible for like a lane on the map where you beat, like you were playing. You saw the whole game is like what you just
Yeah.
saw, where you just like beat up the little.
But
guys.
then, so it's bigger for a raid with more people.
Bigger, and then there's a time constraint. It has to be done within 24 hours. At my level, it requires like a bunch of people to all kind of be on at the same time, be playing at a very high level, and not make any mistakes. Every day. All day.
I can't do that.
Which is like really super intense. So that's like another reason why you can't have your friends play with you, because you literally have to be like playing with lunatics to be able to play this game at a high level.
I don't even know what to
Just call
say.
yourself out.
Sometimes I feel like this is less about talking about a game and just like psychology right now. I'm just like, how does this even exist?
I mean, that's why I started making videos about it, because no one was talking about like the psychology. They're all talking about the mechanics of the game, and I'm like, no, wait, you're missing like the biggest point about all this, and that is like you have to be like neurodivergent to even be here. Like nobody who isn't wired a certain way would put up with any of this crap. Like, this is preying on a very certain type. Like, my mindset is what is being targeted by this. I'm undiagnosed a lot, I would suppose, but I would call it maybe OCD, definitely some of that, like compulsions for sure. You know, lots of things in my psychology are triggered by this game, and it scratches that itch that I would need, or did years ago back when it got me hooked. At this point, it really doesn't do anything for me.
I mean, I get it. As someone who's also neurodivergent, and I am diagnosed with depression and anxiety disorders, and right now I am looking for diagnosis for ADHD because I'm pretty sure that's a thing going on. But this is something that would scratch that itch for me because it's something that would constantly hit this is interesting. There's things happening. I can keep going if I do this and that. Like, it's better than whatever boring task I have to do today. Like,
yes,
yeah.
A lot of that.
Yeah.
That's a big one. Boring desk job.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
like I have a hard time dealing with my boring desk job unless I have, something like this.
To,
It would be better to have something else
something
because this
fun.
is awful, but this is what happens.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm the same way. When there's a task I'm supposed to be focusing on, I need noise and light and sound like happening around me because it's more interesting.
Yeah, I think a lot of people come to the game for these reasons, and then maybe it helps you at the start. Maybe it's a positive thing at the start, and it gives you like some structure, and video games in general kind of fulfill that for a lot of people. There's like actually a lot of legitimate therapy that can be done with video games, like good video games. This is not one of those games. This is a horrible trap. It preys upon like those impulses that like a good video game would help you with. This preys upon that and tries to get money from those people, which is why I make a lot of videos about it.
Well, you're doing good work, though.
I got a Charlie horse.
Oh, no. You're kicking
How
the
did this
mic.
happen to me? You want
You're
to
getting,
read some of this stuff in
moving
chat
around.
here
Yeah,
while I
let
try to
me-
recover from this?
Let me catch up on everybody.
Bondrius here says they're super OCD. They love the part of the game where you're working towards a long-term goal. Yeah, absolutely. And that part of the game is gone. And that's like one of the
they got rid of
problems is,
it.
like, one of the things that used to scratch the itch was like you used to make like daily progress, and you don't anymore. Like once you hit like my level, or even like less than my level, substantially less than my level, the game will just wall you off. Like if you start playing today, you would probably have, like if you were playing, you might have fun for like the first week or two, and then you're going to hit such a wall, maybe month two, you're going to hit this just wall that can only be solved with cash.
Wow, that is incredibly predatory because it rewards all of that time and effort and maybe money you put into the game by asking for more money.
So what is it that
All they do for me at this point is just ask for money. They don't give me any fun.
That's sad.
what is it that they wall you off from necessarily? So like, how do you?
Dormammu. Like Dormammu right now is what I'm supposed to do. My absolutely 100% the only thing I'm supposed to do is try to get Dormammu, and I know because I can do math that it would cost like $200,000. So no, thank you.
That's wild though that it even gets that high because like I said, like to me I thought something like $100 would be like kind of frivolous and a lot of money to spend on a mobile game, but something like 200,000, that's whew.
And that's not a price they tell you up front. It's a
Of
price
course
they
not,
climb
no,
behind
yeah.
various mechanics, loot boxes. Like the loot box that I would have had to have opened cost $10, but
Right.
I would have had to have opened like 1,000 of them, legitimately 1,000 of them.
Yeah, and of course they would never put that price up front because if you saw that price, you'd say no. Like,
But yeah, it cost the power cores that you saw in the game, those little purple things. It cost those. It cost 750 of them. I currently have like 6,000 of them. I could have started hitting that button, and then I could have got hooked on that, and I could have gotten close to the goal, and then I could have just spent $100 to get more of them and kept going, which is what the 25 people that are in there have done.
that's interesting.
And did they do it all knowingly? Did they have that budgeted out? I don't know. I'm sure some of them did, but some of them sure didn't.
I think Bondrea said something that I was thinking a lot already, but between basically just coming back to World of Warcraft for an example, or any MMO really, just kind of feeling like putting all that effort into one character, the achievements,
Oh, yeah,
just the
working towards a
memories.
certain goal.
I think my biggest problem for me is that I just didn't really have a lot of social interaction after my first guild really kind of ended, and then I kind of just started doing things with the people I liked, doing other things, like even in real life. So, I don't know, I've always been able to cut off things before it got really bad. But when I did play World of Warcraft, it got to the point where, like, I could start to smell myself. You know what I'm saying? You're just sitting there, and you forgot to shower for 3 days straight
That's
or more.
that's something that happens to a lot of people who really get into MMOs too, because at first it's a fun form of escapism, and it really does turn into your entire life if that's what you let it become.
Yeah, I think the game I was hooked on before this was Monster Hunter.
Oh,
The
Monster
one that
Hunter.
came out for, I think Monster Hunter World was the one that came out for PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was at like a healthy level with that. I mean, healthy-ish. I was waking up like early in the morning to get my game time in, before work.
I get that.
And I had a group of people that I was playing with, and it was getting very kind of serious. I had this group of people, but then it became about I had to be on at certain times to do certain events. And if I wasn't, then I wasn't playing with my group. So that social pressure to be on at a certain time and not with my family led me to go like, I just need something that is more portable. I can't just shut myself off and just become this Monster Hunter guy. It's not
Yeah,
necessary.
that's another thing with MMOs and possibly other online games like Monster Hunter. The social aspect, it starts to replace your social life that you might have with people like your family or like your friends who you live close. It's similar to having internet friends, but it's like it reaches a whole new level when, like you said, you have those timed events or.
Fun story with it. I mean, it can be a positive thing. I
Yeah, of
like
course.
Monster Hunter. I don't come away hating Monster Hunter. I don't want to throw any shade at it. It's a great game. I just didn't have room for it in my life. However, before I got married, me and my wife, we had 2 PlayStation 2s, 2 TVs. All we did was play Monster Hunter
That's
together.
so cute.
We made friends, and those friends actually ended up driving across states to be at our wedding. So, like, Monster Hunter can be very cool. That wasn't the case though with Monster Hunter World. It was just me in the basement, and I was like, I can't do this.
That's so sweet, though. I like that story.
Well, even going back to World of Warcraft, I mean, that's how I met my best friend, really. There was a very distinct moment that I'll never forget where I played the game for a couple months, and one of my best friends in that friend group, we started distant. They always wanted to skateboard, and I was like kind of just moving into being more antisocial and starting to play World of Warcraft. And I was in a bad relationship, and there was this one moment where after being in a guild for a couple months, I was like in Ventrilo, I was like, this is my guild. And this person, that person, that person. And then every time I named someone off, I was just like, I don't even know if I like this person all that much. Like, I just didn't feel like I had that much of a connection with any of them. And weirdly enough, then I made this best friend of mine out of nowhere. And it was super weird, too, because we were in Naxxramas or whatever, the World of Warcraft version, not World of Warcraft, Wrath of the Lich King version. And I just know that we were trying to find a healer. He didn't know how to play the game. Funnily enough, it ties into this a little bit. He was actually preyed upon by Chinese mining guilds. So he was going around playing the game, just mining things for like this overlord, just being like, give me some stuff. No. Thanks. And then whatever. So we're looking for a healer. He was actually a damage person. He said, I can heal. Brought him in. He couldn't heal. None of us were very good to begin with. And there was just this weird thing where we just kept acting like we were just flirting a lot with each other. We didn't even know who we were or anything. And it was just a weird first night, and then we just didn't talk for like a week. And I was like the newest person in the guild. And then I started realizing that my friend was starting to get more attention and whatever. And then long story short, you just start spending more time. You spend those overnights in the Gurubashi arena trying to get that one trinket that no one can get. And
That is one thing I have to say. I've never had my account stolen by gold miners.
really,
No,
you know,
never. Thank goodness.
One funny, I don't even know if it was funny. I remember when I was coming back. before.
I start all my stories. I don't know if this is funny or just depressing, but here we go.
I'm laughing at it, so it might be funny to you guys.
I remember
too.
just before Legion or something came out. I think it was when like something to do with Mr. Pandaria maybe. All I know is that I came back to the game and I realized I had a second account that my friend would play because we did like the whole invite a friend and then double XP or whatever the hell it was.
Oh, you guys cheat the system.
We did whatever. And I realized that we never stopped paying for it for like over a year or two. And then I brought it up to Blizzard. I'm like, hey, so like, what can I get out of this? Because we never logged into this and we paid for a very long time. And then they just gave us a new expansion, a random pet, and some other thing. And I was like, wow, that was nice. But then I realized there's like hundreds of dollars not being accounted for, I think. Or a little bit less.
A little shady Blizzard. You know what? I would have a real problem playing a Blizzard game right now after all the stuff that came out of
Yeah.
the company. I really don't want to do that. The only game company that I'm supporting right now is Red Hook Games, and I don't work for them. I just think they're awesome. And they make Darkest Dungeon 2, and Darkest Dungeon 1, actually.
Oh, that's exciting.
I played those.
I've never played them before.
Play those.
Are
We should
they
be playing that.
Darkest Dungeon? I've never played that.
You want to play that?
That could be fun.
We could
what
play-
kind of game is it? Is it like a dungeon crawler?
It's like a roguelike.
Oh yes, I love roguelikes.
Thank you very much for watching this Let's Play video. The next part should be posted shortly or even linked right here. After this, there's going to be a card that comes up and then the playlist and a spot where you can click to go to the next video. You can also like and subscribe if you want to see all the videos that we have. Make sure you click to ring the bell because you're not going to see these videos if you don't ring that bell because the YouTube algorithm hates on me something fierce right now. And what you can do is go to Patreon here as well. And for just $1, I have one tier. For $1, you can support the channel and make sure I can keep bringing you this content on Twitch and on YouTube. Come join and follow wherever you're at. And Grave Diggers, keep digging.